What's up, everyone? Welcome to Prop Drop. I'm your host, the Oddsmaker, uh, Sean Koerner. And I'm taking a break from my Saturday projections process to bring you a few official props that I found so far. But before we get started, just a reminder that if you want access to all of Action's pro projections, make sure to sign up for our annual subscription that's currently on sale. Access includes exclusive player props, picks from yours truly and other members of the Action Analytics team. You also get access to exclusive expert articles, our best spread, money line, and total bets, and real ticket and money percentages. To sign up, visit actionnetwork.com/pro today and use code PROPS20 at sign up. One more time, that's PROPS20 at sign up for $20 off. All right, so this week I'm going to be a lot slower giving out the bet so that everybody can get the best number before the line moves. And the first game I'm attacking this week is the Steelers-Colts matchup. This is going to be a receptions prop. And this is the game that, I think should be a very close game. The Steelers are up to -2.5 now. I still think the Colts are probably offering some value on the spread, which will actually help the prop I'm about to give out. And this prop is the best odds are on DK right now, but it's pretty much widely available at most books. I like the value we're seeing, but it's Michael Pittman of the Colts under 4.5 receptions. You can get it at -125. And I've always said that, Anthony Richardson isn't a great fit for Michael Pittman and how he plays football. Pittman's an excellent, excellent possession receiver who just banks on, a ton of high volume. He gets open. He's a great contested catch type of wide receiver. Not a good fit with Richardson, who has the Colts are a very run heavy offense with him. They use design runs with him. He scrambles quite a bit. And when he does attempt passes, it's usually downfield, more low percentage, high A dot kind of throws, and he's pretty inaccurate. So that that does not marry well with how Pittman plays. Um, and he always has one of the lowest completion props of the weekend. This week, it's no different. His completion prop is just 15.5 completions. So there's not that many potential receptions to go around when it comes to someone like Pittman. And the Steelers are great at generating pressure. They're in the top 5 in pressure rate. And when Anthony Richardson faces pressure, he throws the ball downfield even more and targets Michael Pittman even less. So with a couple of Colts offensive linemen and Ryan Kelly and Braden Smith both questionable, Anthony Richardson could be facing a ton of pressure this week and looking for other receivers other than Michael Pittman. And Michael Pittman might be facing off quite a bit against Joey Porter Jr., one of the premier shutdown corners in the league. Wide receivers have only generated a 7% target rate when going up against Joey Porter Jr. this year. That's the third lowest rate among 70 qualified cornerbacks. There's just a lot of reasons to love the under here. I'm projecting this closer to 4 receptions, and I think this fair price should be closer to -160. So I think we're getting quite a bit of value here. For my next prop, we're going to go to this divisional matchup between the Vikings and Packers. This is going to be a pass attempts prop where I'm showing the most value at FanDuel right now. They have the best number. But other books, it's in play. I'm showing value wherever you can find pass attempt props. But again, the best odds are going to be at FanDuel right now. Going to give everybody a second to pull this game up. But I'm going to go with Sam Darnold of the Vikings to go over 30.5 pass attempts. You can get it at -128 at FanDuel. It's 31.5 at a lot of other books. I still like the over there, so you can take that. I'm projecting this closer to 33. But when it comes to Darnold's season game log, he hasn't cleared this yet. He's had 3 games under 30. He's thrown 24 times, 26 times, 28 times. It's actually gone up 2 attempts every week. So that would put him on track to 30 this week if you go by that. But I think he's going to see a significant boost in pass attempts in this game because when the games have been close, the Vikings have been top 5 in pass rate in neutral game situations and have around a +7% pass rate over expected, when the game is close. However, they're 3-0. They've had by far the highest time of possession with the lead, and consequently the lowest time of possession when trailing. So that's really taken away from Darnold's overall pass volume. And a lot of that has been to do, with him being efficient, connecting with Justin Jefferson on that like 98-yard touchdown or whatever that was. That really took away from his pass attempts. But this defense has been incredible under Brian Flores this year. And that could continue this week, but they have a very tough test here. Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love are very familiar with Flores' scheme. So they'll probably have more success against them than other teams. And that kind of shows in the market right now. The Packers are 3-point favorites at home. So the Vikings are an underdog. So, they might win this game and play with the lead most of the time, but it seems more likely than not we'll at least get a neutral game script here or even a trailing one for the Vikings. So I think that their pass rate's going to be, higher than usual for this game. And, Sam Darnold's going to be getting one of his top receivers back in Jordan Addison this week. Darnold himself's been kind of dealing with a knee injury. We saw him tweak it last week. So he might be a little less willing to scramble, maybe more willing to throw it away at times. Both those kind of help the over here. So again, I'm projecting him closer to 33 pass attempts here. I think over 30.5, the fair price should be closer to -170. Over 31.5, I'd project that closer to -145. So if you're getting any number below that, I think we're getting some value here. And I think this is a great spot to invest in him throwing the ball more in what should be a closer game throughout. Okay, so for my last prop, we're going to the shootout. We're going to the Commanders Cardinals matchup. This is a receptions prop. Right now, it looks like ESPN Bet has the best odds. DraftKings definitely has the worst odds. That I think I would avoid going there. FanDuel, BetMGM are pretty close. So ESPN Bet, FanDuel, BetMGM, pretty much every book other than DK right now is where I'm showing value on this. But this is a player I've been talking about all week. It's Greg Dortch of the Cardinals to go over 3.5 receptions at -125. Again, you can get that specific number at ESPN Bet. I'm projecting his fair price closer to -170. So anything other than that, I'm showing value on. But this, Commanders defense is one that we love attacking when it comes to passing, receiving props, because their offense, the Commanders' offense, should be able to put up points here and force this game into a shootout. So I love the upside in this market for Dortch specifically. I've been saying that ever since our projections pod we recorded back on Tuesday, assuming Trey McBride would be ruled out. Greg Dortch was popping in my projections model because not only should Dortch see a slight boost in playing time, he actually ran a route on 94% of dropbacks once McBride left the game. He should also pick up quite a few of the targets that McBride leaves behind because they have a very similar route tree. Dortch is typically lining up in the slot, seeing targets underneath, right about where Trey McBride typically sees his target share as well. So you'll have Marvin Harrison Jr., Michael Wilson. They're excellent downfield receivers. They can really stretch the defense, and that only opens up things more for Dortch inside. So again, I'm projecting him closer to 4.5 receptions. I thought his prop would actually be 4.5 here. And I would rather attack his receptions prop rather than his receiving yards prop because, like I said, he's probably going to see a ton of targets underneath. I'm not so sure he's going to rack up enough yards to clear his receiving yards prop, but certainly I think the more likely outcome here is 4 to 5 receptions. So I just love the value we're getting at over 3.5 receptions at 125. Again, I would bet this all the way up to -170. If they do get this up to 4.5, I think anything higher than like +120 would probably be showing value here. I think he's a guy that you could certainly attack in like the alternate reception markets. I just think this is a game he could easily get 5-6 catches just because Trey McBride isn't there and based on the matchup. So love the upside we're getting here. All right, that's going to do it for the week 4 edition of Prop Drop. Thanks for joining me. Going to get back to updating my projections, seeing if there's any other props I like, and I'll be sure to post them in the Action app. So be sure you're following me there at @the_oddsmaker. Best of luck with all your week 4 bets. We will see you again right here next week.